please come watch this show. It'll be on Hulu November 21st.
Marvel's Runaways.
Oh, yeah.
There it is. Right
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Here
Let's
it is.
relish on this beautiful poster.
Whew.
Well, it's great to see such a diverse cast. That's what I really, really love about it. Did you guys, when you guys first came on set and you saw just how great everybody looked and it reflected the real world, were you excited about that?
Yes.
It was great to see a group of friends who truly resembles my friend group. Like in life, we used to kind of joke about how like my friends we'd never get a TV show. Like we'd never be a Hollywood anything. And then to see this, I'm like, oh, we just might. We just might be represented.
Yeah, and I'm excited because the world isn't black and white. There's other, races and ethnicities that we need to, represent and showcase and, respect in a respectful way. I mean, I'm so excited. This is such a great and humbling experience. Thank you, Hulu and Marvel.
And of course, it's Marvel, so it's good.
Oh yeah, I'm peeing myself. It's so exciting. I've never been so proud of myself. I worked really, really hard for this. Like, this has been 4 years of auditions being, rejected and, saying yes and almost there but no. So that was kind of, the building, and that made me strong and have thick skin. So being able to kind of get this project, it made everything worth it. Moving here from El Paso, Texas, and to Los Angeles, it's so surreal.
And your character actually wasn't Latino in the comics, right? So they changed it just for this.
Yes. And I'm so honored. I remember when they first changed Hayes to Hernandez, I was really excited. I kind of missed the last name because it was just comic, but I'm so excited that they changed it to Hernandez because we need to represent more Latina superheroes out there. I mean, growing up, I never, had a Latina superhero to look up to, and now, hopefully, I get to represent, to little girls out there who are watching the show, and you're like, oh my God, she looks like me, or, oh my God, she's the same race as me, and, she's culturally like me, and she has the same big curly hair like me, and I'm just so excited that I get to represent, other 14-year-old Latina girls.
And you play Gert, and she's this hippie, feminist.
Oh, yeah.
I love it.
She's punk. She knows what she's about. She's so strong and smart. And the thing I truly love about her is it's very easy to show a strong woman on screen, but it's great her age allows for the journey as well. So, like, women or young girls can look at it and not see, like, sort of this unattainable, perfect, strong woman, but more like someone with flaws they can grow into and learn with and, like, be along for the ride.
Yeah, and I think it's so important. Yeah, I think it's so important because my age, I'm the same age as my character, so I'm going to grow along with Molly, and I'm going to experience what she experienced, and it's amazing how much, like, throughout the season, how I started feeling even closer to Molly than before, and I felt like, I feel like I'm ready. I'm Molly. I am Molly, and I didn't have to convince myself, I felt like I was walking into her shoes.
And then what I loved about the show, because I thought, oh, teenagers, us older people were like, yeah, we don't want to watch the life of teenagers. Yeah. But it's actually very, very relatable because it doesn't hit all the stereotypes. Yeah. They're very different.
Or I feel like it kind of uses the stereotypes as like an entry point into like human people, and it kind of plays with the ideas that they are masks and they are not who they are, or they're representative of who they are on the inside, but there's so much more going on, and there's so much to venture into in that, and I think it's amazing.
And also it's just fun to play around with, that analogy of like teenagers and their parents always thinking they're evil. It's kind of like a strong and powerful analogy that I guess that we're going into it in a very grounded, relatable way. What Josh and Stephanie did is they elevated, this teenage genre and included, adults and, the real performances of a true, kid. This is how we act, and this is how we need help. We always need help, and we're growing and learning, so it's really cool.
So in most cases, we think the parents are evil when we're growing up, but in this case, they are evil.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, it's great. It's I think it's just, it's definitely the next step in the right direction for the genre in general of just, like, giving this real physical manifestation of this, like, emotional problem for teenagers. Yeah.
And I think, then again, this is, like, the big stepping stone, because once you get in your teens, you're going to start learning more about yourself and finding yourself. So parents do play a really crucial part in your growth and your development and in everything. I mean, you really latch on to these people who are going to teach you and kind of mentor you until you're 18 and you're kind of out doing your own decisions. So it's kind of like a big dilemma throughout the story because you're like, oh my god, who's right, the parents or the kids? Obviously the kids.
It's the kids. It's the kids.
It's the kids.
Always the kids, right?
It's the kids, obviously. Duh.
And in the comic books, Gert. Have you read the comic books?
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what happens to Gert in the comic books?
I know a couple things. I know one or two things. I don't know what what we're talking about, though.
Let's just say a faithful ending.
Oh, yeah. Well, up until Rainbow saved the day. Yeah, she came in. She saved the day. Gert's back, baby. Gert's back.
New comic books.
Ooh. Kill him.
So there's hope, even if anybody goes in this.
If anything, I don't take any of this as fact because none of this has been spoken about. But I would just love to do a really badass death scene and then a come back to life scene. That'd be really cool.
And portray it amazing, like they always.
High five.
Okay, the cast is very young. So what do you guys do when you're not shooting? What kind of fun do you guys have?
We go on sushi dates. We watch movies. We play Exploding Kittings. It's a very intense game
Stop. It was gonna ruin our friendship.
It's gonna ruin our friendship. We're all very competitive, and that's what makes us a dysfunctional working family. So yeah, we go on sushi dates. We go on movie dates. We
A lot of
talk.
Korean barbecue.
A lot of Korean
A
barbecue.
lot
It's
of
a
Korean
tradition. I was
barbecue.
like to the point where it's like, again, guys, don't you want to do like Italian or like
Tradition. We'll do
vegan?
And they're like, no.
So yeah, that's what we do. We just chill. Yeah.
And in the first episode, we see you come into some powers.
Yeah, it's kind of cool because a lot of people don't like to talk about, that growing stage of like puberty, hormones, periods, or whatever. And I think it's kind of cool because I get to show it in a really badass way, to show it that it's not all negative and this is just a part of life and a part of, womanhood, even though it feels like a curse at that time, but then you kind of just grow into it, and forever. But then again, it's so cool the way they put it, like it was kind of growing and then it was like expanded into this beautiful, creature who has super strength powers and badass and will kick your butt any time, any day. So I thought it was cool.
And when do we see you come into powers? What episode?
I don't know. I don't know anything about the show and the powers.
All right.
I really don't know if I could say,
You won't be disappointed.
but it might be a couple episodes in.